So let's begin. Avatar Meher Baba
Ki Jai.
Avatar
Meher Baba Ki
Jai. Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai.
Okay.
Thank you so much. After an absence of 1 week, I am appearing again. The last about 3 months were very busy for us. In fact, one after the other, there were programs all outside of Pune. Besides our weekly meetings, we had a lot of programs. First was the 100th anniversary of Baba's first stepping into Arangaon. Then there was a program at Kedgaon, Narayan Maharaj's ashram. There was a program at Pandharpur where Baba had visited on request of Gadgi Maharaj. Then there was a program at Alandi, which is the place of Ganeshwar. And lately, we had gone to Hyderabad. About the Hyderabad programs, you must be knowing that our Prakash was there, who is always attending this program. He was there. I know this family since long. Since the time I got married, afterwards, my marriage, I came to Hyderabad because my father-in-law's house was in Hyderabad, on the outskirts of Hyderabad, a suburb of Hyderabad. And I had visited this family then. The name of the person was N.S. Prakash Rao and his wife. They were very loving people and very ardent Bear Baba lovers. Right from that time, they were holding, he was working in the military engineering service. And he was having a weekly program at his house. It was a government quarter, and he was holding that program at his house. And when I visited that place, we had a very good time. I sang songs, and everyone was so happy. His wife was very loving woman. And then it's a very large family. I could not count the members of that family. It is so very big family. And Baba was very fond of such big families. In Pune also, there were about 2-3 families which were very large families, having lots of members. And whenever all these members come together for Baba's darshan, Baba will be sitting, his eyes will be right up to the gate of Guruprasad, outer gate of the Guruprasad. And he will watch the people entering into the gate and approaching the where Baba's seat. So that whenever such a big family used to come to Baba used to feel very happy. And believe me, that even a single member of that large family is absent, Baba will inquire about that person, the boy, the child, boy, girl, whoever he may be, that member of the family, even just one side, Baba used to remember all the members of the family. And if a single member is absent, Baba will pointedly ask for that boy or girl, whoever be. So we had very, very good programs. And the opening of the center, the present center, it is called a Koti Center. Koti is the sort of a place of the kingly persons. Maybe a houses area of having houses that is called a Koti, and in that area, this house of this N.S. Prakash Rao is situated, And that opening of that center there in the present place, the opening was on Guruprasad Day. Guru Purnima Day. Guru Purnima is their full moon day, and Guru Purnima is the Master's Day. Guru means master. That particular day is dedicated to the master. There are several masters. For a singer, there is a master. For a dancer, there is a master. For teachers in the schools, they are your masters. And particularly on that day, particular day, when you have, supposing you have a singing, you're learning singing, and there is a master who is teaching you singing, you will worship that master. That is the tradition in the Indian life, in the life or Indian life. And that opening was on Guru Purnima Day. Once it so happened that when Baba was staying in Guruprasad, and when we went there, we never knew that. And those days, earlier days, as young boys, we never had that importance of the particular day. But then, unknowingly, when we went to Guruprasad, we were told by the members, Mandali members, that today is a very auspicious day. Today is the day of Guru Purnima, a day dedicated to the service of the master. And Baba had a special program on that day. We usual visitors of Guruprasad, we were there, and Baba stood up and asked one of his mandali to recite the prayers, and the prayers were recited. Then Baba met every one of us. He sat there on his cushion chair, and then he embraced everyone. So that was a day which was celebrated in the presence of our master, Meher Baba. We are very fortunate to have attended that particular day. So that this center was open on that Guru Purnima Day. It's very auspicious day, and the 3-4 days program was such a beautiful process, a packed up program, right from early in the morning. At about the first program was right from early morning, 8 o'clock, and going up to 6 o'clock in the evening, except the lunch break in between. And there were talks, speeches, singing, so many things, and dances by children, small skits by children. A whole function was full of various programs, and the atmosphere was so very touching, so very lovely, so very touching. All the members are so very ardent Baba lovers. They are having big library of Baba books, and practically every book is kept there. So we had a very good time with that family. And this Prakash, who is in US, he is the son of N.S. Prakash's daughter. N.S. Prakash was the chief of that family, the main member of that family. His daughter is the mother of Prakash. That is the relation. I didn't know, because there are so many members. I didn't know the relations of each of these days. But then gradually, by close association with the family, I could have that. I could know that relation. So this program was very wonderful program, very memorable program that we had, and everything was very nicely arranged, very thoughtfully arranged. Nobody had any trouble whatsoever. Sridhar Kelkar, the ex-president of the trust, he was present there, and many people even from northern India, they had come and attended this program. So it was a very grand function. Now tomorrow our people are going to Lonavala. some people from Amravati, the city. From Babalao's center, there is center, and the members of the center are intending to visit Lonavala. Baba had a close association with the city of Lonavala, township of Lonavala, and they are going to, now this is a long back because we cannot locate those places where Baba had stayed and where Baba had paid visits. Only collecting the information from the Lord Mayor that they are trying to find out the places, and Prashant, my son, is helping them in locating the places. Anyway, tomorrow is that program. So all these days have been very busy, and that is why last Friday I took leave from you and went to attend this program. Now today, in the memory of that Guru Purnima, a auspicious day dedicated to the worship of a guru, of a master. You see, in our society, in the Indian society, there is a much importance attached to the guru. But there are several gurus spread out every lane of the city. Everybody claims him to be Sadguru. Even people go to the extent of claiming themselves to be the avatar. So the word Sadguru and avatar have been made very cheap. Even lately, even right now, there are two Sadgurus who are giving discourses in India, in our part, see Maharashtra and around Bombay and Maharashtra. So they are two Sadgurus. Now it is the only first time. I do not know about the past Vedas and the old scriptures. I do not know about that. I am not a person to have studied all those. But then, when we came to Meher Baba, it is Meher Baba who has in details given the whole spiritual hierarchy. Who is the avatar? What is the period of God? He is the God in human form. What is the period of advent on this earth? Then who are the Sadgurus? How many Sadgurus are there? 5 Sadgurus according to Baba, and 2 more who are, 3 more who are not in the public. The 5 are in the public, 2, 3 are not in the public. They have not very large following, but Sadgurus are openly working for the humanity. And then there is a 7,056 God raised person, 7,000 on the path. All these spiritual hierarchy has been explained by Meher Baba in details. And the first time only Meher Baba has described it so very in details. And still the traditional students, traditional people, they don't exactly grasp. They are not in a mood of grasping whatever Meher Baba has given about this. And that is the reason why many Sadgurus, they crop up, many avatars, they crop up, and people keep on following. And one who takes out some ash from his pocket and gives to as a prasad, he is called a avatar and he is called a Sadguru. These are the ways that we are searching, or rather to say, trying to develop our spiritual life with the help of Sadgurus. But then Meher Baba has very clearly described all these aspects of this spiritual hierarchy. And when we came in Baba's contact, we had heard this from Gani's mouth, Dr. Gani's mouth. And believe me, Dr. Gani, right from the beginning, he must have raised many doubts, because Meher Baba, as a Meher being his childhood friend, it's very difficult for one to, yesterday my friend, now he claims to be avatar. How it is? Leaving aside that, gradually coming to the conclusion that he is the one who comes down on this earth after 700 years. That concept had been digested by Dr. Ghani, and he used to call him the Sahib-e-Zaman. In Sufi term, it is Sahib-e-Zaman, the Sahib of that time, of that Zamana, of that period. That he used to tell that Meher Baba is the avatar of this age. And without, we are so very young that without knowing what is the function of the avatar and how he works on this earth, without knowing anything, when we are told that Meher Baba is avatar, even Baba has declared that he is the avatar, we started accepting. I will tell you a funny incident, and believe me, even the senior most people who have lived with Meher Baba, who have worked as teachers in the schools which had opened, in spite of this closeness, it was difficult for them to accept Meher Baba as the avatar of the age. There are such people. Those names are, I won't disclose those names. But there were people, and in Pune also there were people, a few people. But then, once it so happened that we were young. Our group was very young. And everyone, because of the Dr. Ghani's talks, everyone believed that Meher Baba is the avatar. Now, people must have learned, some people, senior to me, they must have studied a little bit about the function of the avatar, or that personality is avatar. But then I was very ignorant about that. As the only measure that I had in my mind is, Meher Baba said that he is the avatar, he is the avatar. What is the function of the avatar? I am not very much worried about it. Or whether now how he comes down this earth, how he is born, what is the function of the Sadguru in respect of the avatar, that nothing of that sort was known to me then. But then once it's to happen that in Guruprasad, when we were all some young people of those time, Baba used to love these young people of Pune very much, because the boys were very young, very dedicated, very talented. They had firm faith in Baba. And once this discussion cropped up in Baba's presence, now, Baba, any the discussion upon anybody of this group, it comes before Baba. Baba will very keenly listen whatever is reported to him. Now, it so happened that one of the members, his name was Rangoli. He had become member of the trustee, Avatar Member Trust. He had become the member of that. He was in this hostel where I was living on. I was also living in that hostel. So once it so happened that during Guruprasad, many of our members of that group, they were present, and Rangoli, he complained. It is not a complaint, but it is when we are discussing several subjects, Rangoli just reported to Baba that Pratap is very hot-tempered boy. And Baba Bhai is raising his eyebrows. Is it? What? How you say that? Then Rangoli explains to Baba, Baba, if even he doesn't care whether the person with whom he is talking, he is a senior person in your contract. He never bothered that, and he just forcefully say and argue that Meher Baba is avatar and not Sadguru. Meher Baba is the avatar. And he is very, very, very rather obstinate in saying so. And Baba just looked at me and smiled little, and then after a little few moments, he said that Pratap is very quiet boy. I watch him when he sits in my company. He very silently sits there and listens to whatever happens, what it observes, listens to whatever is happening there. So he is very quiet and calm and quiet boy. That was the certificate which was given to me by Meher Baba, and thereafter I stopped arguing. I stopped arguing with people. That was the transformation which was made in me. Anyway, so this we had during after Baba dropped his body. There were two big dramas which we had. There will be very, very many dramas, but then these two were very, very significant and important dramas. One was Baba's advent as avatars, right, starting from Zoroaster. And then thereafter, there was another drama wherein we had shown Merwan meeting with Babajan, Merwan meeting with Narayan Maharaj, Merwan meeting with Tajin Baba, Merwan meeting with Sai Baba, and Merwan meeting and staying with Upasni Maharaj. Every meeting, it was accompanied by song, a beautiful song. All these compositions were made, and there was the introductory talk, introduction of that drama. In that introduction, it was explained that the role of Sadguru, one thing that for attaining the final goal or the God realization or freedom from final salvation, if one has to attain, he requires a Sadguru. Kabir has said, Kanaf ka Guru had ka hai, behad ka Guru nahi. Behad ka hai Sadguru, soch karo manamahi. The meaning is, there is a process of blowing the mantra in the ears of the Shishya. The Guru selects a Shishya and he blows his mantra through his ears. This is called Kanfuka. Kanfuka means Kan means ear. Through that ear, one who pushes that name or that mantra, that he's called a Kanfuka Guru, one who does that. One master who does that. He's a Kanfuka. Kabir says, he is not a real Guru. He has limitations. Whereas Sadguru is the one who takes it to the final goal. That is a distraction which Kabir had explained. And then the question comes as to Meher Baba as God becoming man. What is the real role of these five Sadgurus with Meher Baba? And that distinction was made there. in that drama, in the introduction of that drama, the distinction of relation of Guru and human being and Guru and God-man. These the role of the Sadgurus with God-man and the role of the Sadgurus and aspirant, these were distinguished in the introductory speech of that drama. And that Mani came to me and said that you people have very nicely distinguished the role of Sadguru in relation to God-man and in relation to aspirant. And she appreciated so much. And every Sadguru was described with a song. The songs were beautifully composed, and it was a very nice and beautiful drama. In the memory of that drama, I will like to sing one verse that after some time, after we complete this topic. So that I will sing that, and then I will also sing one song dedicated to Sadguru. Both these songs are very good songs that I will do it afterwards. But then before finishing this topic, there is another topic which is coming before us is Baba's silence. On Monday, here in India, it is on Monday, 10th of July, that we will be observing silence right from midnight of 9th July up to the midnight of 10th July. In the last couple of years, earlier to this, Baba used to give an option of fast for 12 hours. During that fast, one could take light coffee or tea 2 times a day, and water could be taken in number of times. Those who cannot observe silence, that was the option which was given by Meher Baba. But as I remember right from the beginning, we have taken every year we are taking silence. During the period on which Baba had given the options, I used to observe both fast and silence also. Of course, that is meaningless. But then, out of my own emotions, I used to do both the things. There are different experiences during this. There are certain, certain warnings. And what that warning is, that all the 24 hours one has to be alert that no words passes through your lips. Now, many times it so happens that unintentionally or abruptly some words come out of your mouth, especially if your one is in a deep sound sleep and you just shake him and try to wake him up, and when he wakes up, he may utter a word. The person who wakes him, he has to be very alert, very soft and slow, and by gestures he has to give an indication that we are following silence. So that person who gets up from the sound sleep, he also comes to know or comes to the consciousness of that silence. One other, if somebody very strange person comes right in front of you And abruptly, if after several years he comes before you, you are likely to utter word. That was one has to be very, very alert about it. All these I'm telling you because these are the experiences that come during the period we observe silence. In short, we have to be always alert. In fact, all the 24 hours we have to be conscious or awake to see that no words pass through your lips. That is the silence. And I remember that in one magazine which is published in India, a small magazine, monthly magazine, which is published in India, a woman had the editor as to a she was a young girl. She asked the editor that when she observed silence, many thoughts come to her mind. She cannot focus or she could concentrate on God or on Baba. And unfortunately, what the editor expressed is that it is better not to observe silence if you are not able to control your thoughts. It's a very wrong answer. Very wrong answer. Baba never given any qualifications for observing silence. Silence, you can observe silence, doing all your duties. And Baba had never said that, no, you should not get bad thoughts. Beware of these bad thoughts. Beware of other thoughts except God. Baba never given such orders. So I think one year, even observing silence, I had gone to office, and I had earlier told my boss and other colleague that I will not be talking tomorrow. And so I was observed. I could do it without any obstruction, with the cooperation of all my staff members and my seniors. Only once. But then otherwise, we always take leave on these days and we remain awake as far as possible. So that is now in Pune Center, what we do is on 9th, a day prior to silence, we have a program when we have some talks, singing and talk, a special program in the memory of that silence. And then from midnight of 9th July, we start our silence. And at about 10 o'clock in the morning, we gather at the center and we show different pictures, films, Mir Baba films at different times. That is very enjoyable time, a very nice time we can spend watching Baba in the films. So it goes on until evening, and then evening we come back home and then continue the silence up to 12 midnight. I do not know how the people there in US, they manage to observe silence. But I'm sure that according to the local timing, they must be observing silence. It's not necessary that they should follow the Indian timing. I think. And one incident which I had already spoken to you, perhaps that was when we were observing silence, and that was the 10th July, and Baba's stay had in Pune had been extended beyond 10 July. And we all gathered. Baba was in Guruprasad. It was silent day. We had taken leave from the office. We gathered in Guruprasad. And how to spend the time? Baba is keeping silence. We are keeping silence. No communication except Baba gestures, and we just pose as we understood it. It was a nice time, very grand time. Then Baba had kept Pendu free from silence, free from observing self. The reason was that he has to keep a watch. Standing in the veranda, he has to keep a watch. Anybody entering the gate of the Guruprasad, if somebody is entering, he will go and ask that person why he is coming. Baba is not free, you go away. Just to guard that, my Pendu was kept there, and Pendu was allowed to speak that day. Now it was from Baba. It was from Baba, so he was justified in speaking whenever any problem arises. He was there to answer prayer. And since Pendu was allowed this, Baba had put a challenge before him that if you make any one of these to speak a word, I will give you a big box of chocolates, toffees. And Pendu was trying, but had no success. At the time was running out, and now some about 15 minutes have been left for us to leave Guruprasad, and still then he could not get a customer for his for making the people speak. And then Baba calls him. Then could you make anybody speak? And very you to tell Baba, these are very hard nuts. I have tried my best, but nobody is uttering even a word. And Baba is showing pity to Pendu, saying that you will be losing your bet, you will be losing your chocolate box. And Pendu just keeps quiet. But then Baba feels pity about the Pendu. And Jimmy Mistry, he was sitting along with us, and Baba asked him to utter a word. And he just utters one word, and Baba stops him. And that was the success to Pendu. On Baba's stage said, Jimmy Mistry uttered a word as if Pendu had succeeded in getting the box of the chocolates. And Baba very lovingly used that chocolate to him. That was a funny incident which had happened in Guruprasad. So many times, several such incidents we have enjoyed in Baba's company, and that was a very golden period of our lives. Now I will just sing a song that the song which was in the introductory of the drama of Sadhguru. Guru Mahima hai apar, Premanva. Guru Mahima hai apar, Nar Narayan do samaye, Nar Narayan do samaye. जीवन का आधार मनवा, गुरु महिमा है अपार रे मनवा, गुरु महिमा है अपार। मात पिता गुरु सखा सने, मात पिता गुरु सखा सने, गुरु परमात्म मानुष दे, गुरु परमात्म मानुष दे। शरणागत को करे निर्मोही, शरणागत को करे निर्मोही, पलकन में हम पार मनवा, गुरु महिमा है अपार रे मनवा, गुरु महिमा है अपार। गुरु बिन योग तपस दिन राती, गुरु बिन योग तपस दिन राती, ज्योत बिना तेज बिना जस जीवन ज्योति, गुरु बिन योग तपस दिन राती, तेज बिना जस जीवन ज्योति, गुरु ही साचा जीवन साथी, गुरु ही साचा जीवन साथी, जीवन का आधार मनवा, गुरु महिमा है अपार रे मनवा, गुरु महिमा है अपार। This is a song which is in praise of Guru. What is the role of a Guru in what he said is that you do lot of penances and then austerities and all this tapasya, but it is just like a puja, a lamp without flame. Our doing all these austerities, observing all these rites and rituals and everything, worship and all that, if Guru is not there, it is all hollow in the sense that as if it is a lamp without oil. So one must have a Guru, one must have a master. That is the second stanza, and the rest is all praise to the Guru. One more song I'll just and then we'll finish it. Guru charan ki lagan hoने lagi, Guru charan ki lagan hoने lagi, Guru charan ki charan darshan ki, Guru charan ki charan darshan ki लगन मोहे लागे, गुरु चरणन की लगन मोहे लागे, गुरु चरणन की लगन मोहे लागे। बीत गई रैन बिखर गए बादल, बीत गए निखर गई बादल, रे पंछी उठ जाग चला चल, रे पंछी उठ जाग चला चल, बिछड़ गई जोत किरण की लगन मोहे लागे, गुरु चरणन की लगन मोहे लागे, गुरु चरणन की लगन मोहे लागे। बालापन की सुध बिसरा दे, बालापन की सुध बिसरा दे, धन यौवन की चिता जला दे, धन यौवन की चिता जला दे, हाथ में ले माला सुमिरन की लगन मोरे लागे, गुरु चरण की लगन मोरे लागे, गुरु चरण की लगन मोरे लागे। तज दे ममता तोड़ दे बंधन, तज दे ममता, तज दे ममता तोड़ दे बंधन, भजने बंधे अलख निरंजन, नैनन प्यास लिए दर्शन की लगन होने लागे, गुरु चरण की लगन होने लागे, गुरु चरणन की चरण दर्शन की, गुरु चरणन की चरण दर्शन की लगन मोरे लागे, गुरु चरणन की लगन मोरे लागे, गुरु चरणन की लगन मोरे लागे। The sum total of the meaning is, go, just surrender yourself to your master. Come out of your youth and catch hold of the Daman of the master. That is the sum total of this song. Our time is over. 5 minutes are there. So we'll take Aarti and then say goodbye, good night, Jai Baba. So I'll take Aarti. यहाँ कल्पना शरण पहुँचे, ऐसे अपना नीति नीति वेद तुकारी, महिमा दूरी पर, दिव्य सनातन परम दया गले, दिव्य सनातन परम दया गले, जगदोद्धारो मेहर मणि आरती स्वीकारो, मेहर मणि आरती स्वीकारो। धूप दीप चंदन चरजाना, भोग लगाना फूल चढ़ाना, तुम राही तुम नो लौटाना, काहे बड़ाई करो मेरे मन, आरती स्वीकारो, मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो। सकल निधि के तुम कारण हो, सकल विश्व तारन हारे हो, तुम सम और नहीं तुम ही हो, हे सत्य अवतारो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो, मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो। सकल चराचर तुम्हारी माया, माया भी तो तुम्हारी छाया, तुमरा अंत न कोई पाया, तुम अनंत करो मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो, मेरे मन आरती स्वीकारो। अपने को जब भी जो नहीं जाने, महिमा तुम्हारी क्या पहचाने, जो कुछ भी ये तेरन जाने, गुण गाते तुम्हारो मेर मन, आरती स्वीकारो मेर मन, आरती स्वीकारो। सीमा नाही तुम्हारी कृपा को, क्या कोई दे सकता प्रभु को, भीख तुम्हीं दो प्रेमी जनों को, नित्य तुम्हें सुमिरो मेर मन, आरती स्वीकारो मेर मन, आरती स्वीकारो। नित्य सनातन परम दयाघन, दिव्य सनातन परम दयाघन, देश को तारो मेरे मन, आरती स्वीकारो मेरे मन, आरती स्वीकारो। Yes. Anyone desiring to ask any question or any remark on?
Just thank you, Pratap ji. Thank you so much. And we hope you have a very beautiful silence day with Baba.
Okay. Just a minute.
Thank you, म्हणताय. थँक्यू म्हणाल्या आणि सायलन्स डे साठी शुभेच्छा.
Yeah, I just wanted to take that topic of thank you today, but then it being the very close to Guru Purnima Day and also Silence Day, I just shifted my talk on that. But there is a discussion about saying thank you to Baba. We'll talk about it next time, hopefully. Thank you. We can say thanks to each other.
Thank you. Funny story about the chocolates and Guruprasad was funny that Baba would make a fun, light-hearted silence game.
Yes, it's a very energetic when you break silence after completing the silence successfully. Don't leave it. If by mistake the word passes to your lips, don't stop there. Continue that silence. That is the most important point which we have to take note of. And food and everything we can take as usual. Baba not put any sort of you should sit at a place and then concentrate on Baba and mentally repeat his name. Nothing of that sort. Silence means just keep not allow any word to pass through you. That is the only condition which Baba has placed before us. So all the other bindings and qualifications to be attached to that silence, they are not necessary. Chalo, all the best for all of you for the silence. I hope, I wish everybody observe the silence without any obstruction, without any mistake. I wish this for every one of you. And today night is over now. I'll take your leave.
Okay.
As 3 times
Avatar
of Meher Baba
Baba
ki
ki jai. Avatar
Avatar Meher
Baba
Baba
ki
ki
jai.
Jai.
Avatar Meher Baba
Meher
ki
Baba
jai.
Jai.
jai.